to Dungeons and Shenanigans. Can I get another clap? Thank you. Welcome to Dungeons and Shenanigans. You're muted, Abby.
Great clap, though.
Thank you.
E for effort.
Didn't pick it up, but E for effort. E for effort. Thank you guys for watching.
E for sports.
E for sports. So. Shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out.
No, I'm sorry. We're having a side conversation over here.
Couldn't tell.
Wow.
So, let's pick up where we last left off in the Underdark, within the Seer's chambers.
Wow, we're in the Underdark? Wow. I had no clue. Man. It's been a while.
So,
Abby, you're being framed for murder.
Adelaide.
Why did you kill the seer?
Did you just said Adelaide?
No, you didn't say
Old
it.
campaign name.
I said and stop.
That means I get inspiration.
Yes, it does.
I forgot we made that deal.
Yep.
Yeah, one
Yeah,
D.
we sure did.
We didn't.
Nope, we did. Actually.
All right,
Yeah.
Velalade.
We did.
Add inspiration.
Velalade. You now see the body of this seer, and you kind of back away from him. And as you were kind of trying to tend to him, you look down and you see that vision almost and it feels like the perception of your own vision feels like your arm is extremely distant from you and yet close at the same time. It's this weird.
Yeah, like that weird camera thing.
Yep, it's this weird perception of a fishbowl effect almost with your vision as you just look at the tattoo of the star staring back at you. No physical eye, but you feel like you're being watched. You look at your hands and they have a little bit of blood on them from this guy who has fallen. And the other clerics and everybody else is trying to do everything they can. The king has walked in and is calm, but concerned. Looking around, walks up to you. What happened?
Oh no. I don't know.
You were in the middle of this vision. I was watching you from the other room, and everything started to crack in the room. And then you were ejected from your chair, and he fell from his. And as you ran to him, his limbs vanished. What did you see?
I don't know. They were watching. They were watching.
Who was watching?
I don't know.
He's just kind of looking around, and then he just kind of pauses and stares at the cracked formation of the eye in the stonework that was staring back at you. And you look over in the same direction he's looking. The crack is looking in your direction. The eye is stationary, but the pupil has shifted to look towards you. This might be for your own safety, but we are going to have to contain you.
What?
This will be for your safety and everyone else's. We don't know what's going on with your aether. There is something afoul here. Not of your own doing. I know this. It is not of your own doing, but something within you is not right.
I didn't mean to.
I understand. And you see he grabs his staff and just double hits, and you watch in the staff the amethyst crystal within it glow, and you see the visual apparition of something flowing out from it, an enormous black serpentine creature that encircles around him like a coil before the head bears down at you, and you look, and at the very end you see a rattler, and it's all made of this dark aether spiritual energy. The form you see, it looks very like a snake, but it almost has this like billowing cloud-like formation just kind of echoing off of it as it just stares back at you. This will not hurt. This is merely to seal you temporarily. I will inform the rest of your party members.
Oh no. What are you doing? I don't.
This is only temporary. You are still an honored guest.
No, I don't.
Seal her. And you watch the snake.
Please.
Are you trying to avoid it?
I think on instinct she's wincing, but
But you're not going to try to avoid it?
I don't think so.
Okay. You see the snake just crash down on you, the mouth, as it... And you watch... You're just in this darkened space, just kind of floating. And you just see this little window open. And it looks like you're seen from the perspective of his staff. As he turns to the staff and looks through this window. This is temporary. We're going to figure this out. As he just continues to look over at the rest of everything. He's still keeping your window open. And he just continues to walk. And every walk that he's, like every step he takes, you just hear this echoing within this realm, this chamber. Just every footstep is like heels on marble. Just echoing within the chamber. As he walks up to the body and he just gets down and starts to inspect it, just looking at it. What are the rest of you guys doing?
We're training, right?
Okay. So, on each of your doors you just hear, hello, you said you needed some assistance in training, yes?
He's talking to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, come this way, right this way, please. And, hello, I heard you were in need of some training.
Yes, yes.
Of course.
Is it time?
It is. He's
For training.
Cal waiting out there with you.
Okay.
Hello.
I knew it. I'm like already outside of the door. Ooh, training. Alright. Ready to go.
Do you have any places where one could practice target shooting?
Yes, this
And I
is.
looked at.
I felt it coming. And I said,
Oh, yes.
I don't need any practice, thank you.
Oh, sure.
Yes, you.
No, I don't need practice. I'm
We
fine.
do have a
I'm
range
fine.
for archery.
She needs
Maybe
it
later,
more
but
for,
I'm
like,
fine.
cannon.
All right.
No, I don't. I'm a
Continues-
great shot.
He continues to just kind of walk with you guys, and goes to get you as well. Would you like some training with your spirit cattle?
I suppose, yes.
Good. You'll follow me.
Okay.
And then goes right before he knocks on Lucky's door. You just see him pause. Please go on without me. I have orders from my master to attend to something currently, but please head on over to the grounds. Miriam, and he like claps his hands, and then appearing is a drow maid. Yes. Please lead them to the training grounds.
Is Lucky coming?
Lucky can't come.
He was about
back
to
is
knock on the door, and then
hurt.
he just receded his hand.
That's summoned.
Please. she just goes, right this way, and leads you guys away.
Wonderful. We're partying it up. We're like, man, Vela must be having a great time away from us.
Lucky. As they walk away, you heard voices outside your door that just kind of like faded and walked away. And you hear, I'm coming in, from the door. And you see Arcturus there as he closes the door behind him. How is your back?
Still sore, but really not.
We'll have a maid come through and replace your bandages. He goes ahead and walks over to a chair, and he like pulls it out and he just sits in it. Lucky there is something that my master has instructed I talk to you about.
Okay.
It appears your friend Vela, who you have a strong bond with, is having some peculiar effects from her aether. Ones that resulted in the death of one of our seers.
Look, he's like,
We do not believe that it is her, we do not believe that it is her fault. However, we do believe that you are seemingly the most calm out of the rest of them. And you seem to have the best bond with Vela. So, he has instructed me to have you follow me to the chambers of the seers and have you help in any way you can.
Okay.
Please follow me. He sits or stands back up again and kind of walks over to the door, opens it up, starts to walk around the corner. And you follow him?
Yeah.
Okay. You continue to follow him, and he's walking with like a kind of a brisk pace, not running or like fast walking or anything, but also just not taking a leisurely stroll. And just keeps walking, and it takes you guys about like, I don't know, 5 minutes or so to get to this like temple, and leads you into the chamber. And in the chamber, or at the temple itself, you see that there are guards posted out front. And walking through the halls, you see that there are a bunch of different guards kind of in here. There's like a table set up with like a diagram of the room and like writing down all the information, scribing everything that they've found in their investigation so far. They work fast here.
That's good.
And
I'm not going to understand any of this.
yep. And then ends up walking with you, with the banana leaves on your back, and walks over to no saran wrap.
man, if only they had something like saran wrap, you know.
Make it.
But no, we just have reactors and cameras.
Yeah.
Make
Generators.
it. Go make it.
Generators and all this magic power and no saran wrap.
Sleep.
So anyway, as you continue to just kind of like go and look at a lot of this, you're just you enter into the chamber and it's beautiful, but part of it looks like it's just ruined, and all of like these like glass or these like paneling across all the walls is just white. It's just like a mosaic pattern of like pieces of like white tile all throughout it. And you see there is the King Calavandrus standing there over the body, just kind of looking around. And you see there his staff itself is no longer that golden color, but a very deep, dark, blackened color. And it has the very top of it is the mouth of a serpent that's closed. And it's just billowing this like kind of shadowy energy off of it. And he's just inspecting the whole thing, just kind of surveying. And then he looks like he's talking to the staff and just continues to look down. And Arcturus walks in with you. Your Majesty. Arcturus, thank you. Lucky, please.
We'll walk up to the king and look at the body.
What do you know of Vela's powers? Her curses, her afflictions. What do you know of it?
Not much. Yeah, really not much. I kind of really only know a lot about the recent stuff.
Tell me every detail you know. I want to know if her powers can be contained without containing her. I do not wish to imprison her, but her powers, I don't know whether they are hers or a curse or what the vastness of this is. But my obligation is to my people first. You are all honored guests, but my people come first.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So tell me what you know.
Lost all his limbs. You know, it's kind of
I would tell him everything I know. I'd tell him what I kind of know about the 22, the little bit I know about kind of her childhood and her family. Like he really doesn't know that all that much more, but everything he does know he'd share.
Okay. You end up standing there for a good 10-15 minutes just explaining everything that you've experienced with Vela, just the conversations, the 22, any theories that you might have on them. And he's just listening, just kind of nodding his head. Whatever this 22 that you speak of is troublesome. I don't trust it. And he's just kind of standing there for a little bit talking. And then Arcturus, at this point, comes back. Your Majesty. Yes. Silver has returned. Good. Send him in.
our boy. Our Skelly man.
And then you just hear the footfalls of Silver walking in. You see the rings adorning his bony fingers. You see the little greenish blue flame that's within his eye sockets as he walks in. What happened here? Hello, old friend. He talks to the king. How are you today? Not good. There has been this. He goes, whoa! So who did this? It appears the one you were traveling with, Vela, has some curses upon her, things that are foreign. And it appears one of our seers peered into her consciousness and found a portion of the root of the problem, and this is the result. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Okay. So what are you doing to rectify this? Where's Vela? I have sealed her away, temporarily, of course. Okay. What's this whole curse thing about? And he turns to Lucky. Do you know about this?
A little bit, and I'll give him just a brief version of what I just explained to the king.
So what do you tell him about?
Just kind of what I know about the parents and kind of Angelin being involved, and then the 22.
Okay. Huh. heard of the tales of great hags that, you know, can really bond power and hold people in. I mean, I'm pretty familiar with the power of a hag, but hers seems more ancient and malicious. This 22 business, I don't know, some doesn't seem right with that. Some, like, seems kind of familiar, but not. I can't put a finger on it, or bone on it. It's still a finger.
There's just no flesh. I can't place my full hand on it.
And he just kind of pauses, and she goes, "But I got nothing. I mean, I was cursed like this, but, like, this is the only thing that, like, the curse of undeath, you know? Like, everything that she has, like, that is wild."
Yeah, she does have a lot of curses, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else do you know? Anything else about, like, what she saw? The king just goes, "From what she told me, she saw someone watching her. Something watching her. She said there were so many eyes, and it was just watching." That's all she said. "Well, can I speak to her? Can we speak to her?" And, like, looks over to Lucky. "Sure. I will release the bindings on her. That way you may speak to her. Is that all right with you, Vela?" And you just hear this whole conversation, and it kind of echoes within this liminal space, and you're, like, just, like, floating, almost as if, like, you're in a sensory deprivation tank, and the only sensory thing you see is just that window of light of what the scepter is showing.
I don't know if she is able to answer.
He looks at the staff and asks, "Is that all right with you, Vela?" You guys watch, you and Silver watch the shadowy serpent formation around the staff just flow outwards into this enormous serpent that starts to coil. And as it finishes coiling, it opens its mouth, and standing is Vela on her own 2 feet. And as it, like, lifts its jaws from you, you feel purchase on your feet before the darkness fades away, before you see Lucky and Silver standing in front of you with the king. "Hello, Vela.
Hey.
Bit of a wild show you put on here, eh?"
I didn't mean to.
Oh, whoa, hold on. Curses are curses. They're not meant to happen. I understand your pain. It's living with a curse is a lot to deal with. It seems like your curse is wildly vast. He's just kind of, like, looking at you, and as you were watching him, you see the flames in his eyes kind of, like, grow just a little brighter. He's just kind of looking at, like, not directly at you, but just kind of, like, around you, almost like he's just looking at your aura. Their aether is a lot more volatile, but there's something about it that looks unfamiliar, foreign. Not you. It's interesting. He just continues to kind of, like, eye you over. The king goes, "This is what I saw, and this is why I sealed her temporarily. Whatever this is, something is planted in her.
I don't want to be sealed away. I won't use it. You can take this. I don't want it.
Silver goes, hey. I don't want any other curses. That's a you thing right now. But as it stands, this is, I don't know. I mean, that we might be able to contain your powers, maybe. I don't know. But something.
Can there be two?
Can there be two? What?
I already have the curse.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, I could be undead and also have another curse for all I know, but like the curses themselves,
It's not
I mean,
fair.
those... What?
It's not fair.
Yeah, I'm aware. These curses are not fair, especially yours. And I don't know what happened, but from what it seems like, he peered a little too close to what the root of your curse was. I don't know if we want to get, like, one of the supreme seers out here to try to, like, look and peer deeper because they got a stronger psyche or whatever, but I don't know. You just kind of, like, I mean, I don't even know if I really have a psyche, to be honest. I'm just a spirit inhabiting this bones. And you know, I've seen a lot through my days, and you know, I've seen afflictions similar, not to this magnitude really, because I've never seen somebody torn apart like that from just peering in someone's mind, but I've seen afflictions that are like, of how you describe, of like these great curses. I don't know, yours seems different. I've never seen anything like it. Should we send for the rest of them? King just kind of like, I think that might be necessary at this point. All right, okay. Do you want me to go get them? Sure, you're faster than Nocturus. Well, I mean, I'm older than him and I'm more bones than him. And you want me to go? You offered. Yeah, you're right. And
I'm just bones.
and you see he just goes, all right, see you guys in a bit. So you guys get to the training grounds.
We're having a lovely day,
Yes.
actually. The sun is shining, if there
Nope.
was one.
Nope.
If there, I said if there was one.
There is one.
Here in the Underdark.
What?
The black sky is doing something nicely. I don't know.
Mr. Black Sky, please tell me why.
Yeah. Why there's no sun here in the Underdark. Well, I mean, I guess it's because it's underground. I think that's why. But,
Maybe. You don't know.
you know, sometimes you just gotta, you know, think things through out loud, you know.
Well, if you burrow too deep, you're gonna get to the other side, and you're just gonna fall through the plane.
Yeah,
'Cause,
well,
you guys are on a flat disc, so
yeah. I thought it was cube-shaped.
no, it's a flat disc that you guys are on. So
Yeah, is this canon? Flat Earth canon
yeah, so if
here?
you fall through, if you dig too deep, you'll just fall through into the void,
Into the astral sea?
into the void, into the abyss.
Oh, into the void. Wow. Is the void gonna look back if I stare into the abyss?
Apparently, it has stared back.
Oh!
Oh.
Bella, write that down!
Too soon.
Oh, gross, though. Hated all those
But yeah,
eyeballs.
you guys are out there, and you see Amanda is also out there, and with her, she's like just going crazy against another Aether user, and with their sword, it's like a scimitar, and it has this like weird like greenish blue energy emanating from it. And every time she goes to strike, she just parries it. And you look and you see it's a drow gentleman. He's got very shorn hair, almost like a buzz cut. Looks a little old, not as old as Arcturus nearly, but definitely looks older than the king. And every time she goes for like a strike, he just parries it, hand behind one back, and just. Your form is getting sloppy, Amanda. And just. I know. I've been traveling, and just like she keeps like attacking, and as she attacks more and more, you're watching the energy on her blades grow brighter, and she just keeps smacking in. He keeps like parrying, and you see one time he just parries her and walks and like does like a little spin around her and just kicks her in the butt.
Rude.
She's get him and throws her swords and just the animals start to like run at him. He goes, not this again. And he just stabs his scimitar into the ground, and you watch this astral shell just appear, and they try to bite onto it, and it just. You know my impenetrable defense is you're not gonna get through it.
It's impenetrable.
Come, and the animals turn back to swords, and he takes his sword and it fades away. You're doing better. Hello. Looks to the rest of you guys who are just like kind of watching on the sidelines.
Yeah. Popcorn.
Where did you get that?
There was a vendor.
Really common in the Ember.
Did you want some?
They grow corn from the ground, and right when it touches the atmosphere,
That's really not what happened.
that's what they told me.
They were lying to you.
That's what Susie told me.
That's not. I didn't say anything like that.
Susie, why would you lie to Cal?
I didn't though. Cal makes up things all of the time.
I see you just got spirit metal. That's a very fresh metal.
Yes.
And he's just
Thank
kind of
you.
looking at the rest of you all.
It's pretty dank, actually.
As the children,
children
say.
All them children.
No. No.
Well, fine. What are your names?
I'm Susie.
Susie.
They call me Cow.
Cow.
You can call me Daw.
Da. Fine.
Rose.
Rose. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. They call me the Blade Master here, and I am in charge of all training, really, of the different Aether regiments. So, what else do you have at your disposal? What are your elements that you've discovered? How potent are you? Are you very beginners?
We're a little bit of a different case here. We were part of an explosion.
I've been informed of the explosion. I didn't know who you are, though.
Oh, well, now you know that we're the people from the explosion.
Noted.
We're the soul
And-
survivors.
Yeah, that's what we're called. And we haven't
Everybody else
really
died?
done.
No.
Most
No,
people
S-O-U-L.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
S-O-L.
Understood.
Yeah. Right.
I can't spell. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah.
You don't know.
It's-
Whoa! Cal can
it's-
spell!
His
Oh,
fur that was
oh,
like turned
oh.
black goes back to white.
Yeah.
New power unlocked.
It's canon, only Calamity can spell. Yeah, we really haven't had anything to channel our Aether into. We're very beginner at the Aether part of fighting.
We've tried.
Or-
but
We're
we-
beginners, but we started
Yeah,
at level 2. That's what it feels like.
Gotcha.
I
If you were to
mean,
put a level.
we
Yeah.
before this whole journey, we had
Susie
no
has a
clue
level.
what Aether
Yeah.
was. So we're still. I'm sorry, what?
You have a level?
I do in fact have a level,
What was it
but
from again?
I don't believe this is relevant to our training. And Cal, you need to shut up.
Okay.
She's just eager to get trained, so maybe.
Yes, you know,
Fine.
I have met you walking
Yeah.
your
It's
hooves,
like-
your two hooves together.
They're just
You need a coconut to like flip flop. you need a
Yes.
What was that?
Yeah, you need a clip floppy coconut.
Oh, we'll get you one.
Well then, let us experiment with our spirit metal first before we engage in combat.
Oh wait, did you want to know our elements? I'm so sorry, I distracted the conversation.
Show me with your spirit metal, yes.
Oh, well.
I can't really use mine yet.
I don't imagine you would.
But like the purpose it's for, I can't really use it.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'll start from the very basics. What they teach into the schools in this place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're from the up there, so
This makes sense.
yeah.
Well, there are 7 known elements within Aether. However, certain Aether attributes can create new forms of elements. Combining your elements together can create a new element or a new effect from it. There are some cases in which some use water and earth to create life and create abundance and growth. There are others who will mix light and darkness to cast truth and ideals onto things. There are some who will even mix earth and fire to create magma. There are many different uses and combinations in which you can use. And all of these can be achieved through focus and concentration. Not everyone is born to become an Aether user. There are some who are lucky, and a majority who are unlucky.
The other one.
There's
And those who are unlucky are the ones who gain even a fraction of a connection to Aether.
there's us who got exploded.
Yes. It seems as though all of your powers are now manifesting in a way that is unlike anything that has been seen.
So we've been told.
So, your spirit metal, if you were the ones to help forge it, will be carnivorous. It'll want to feed and feast upon more Aether. The more you feed it, the hungrier it'll get. You need to feed it only a little bit. To start, at least. Its appetite will grow eventually, but so will your powers and your reserves. So you're able to handle its hunger. But if you just let it feast upon anything you give it, it'll eventually run you dry. So, feed a little bit of your Aether energy into it. You don't have to create any magical or crazy effect, but channel something. We'll start with you.
Me?
You're the last one here.
What?
Lagging behind.
You are the loudest one here.
Loudest one.
Oh, I
heard
heard
last.
last.
Mhm.
Yeah, we all heard last.
Yeah.
Wow.
I heard loudest, and I was like, burn.
I didn't hear it because she's so loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
There you go. You know, I just. You know what? Fine. Yeah, let's go.
Good. Please.
I guess I like walk more towards like the center of the training area.
Okay.
I take your popcorn.
Yeah, I do pass it off to you. I go, hold that for me.
You start growing spores in it.
Yeah.
It's like M&Ms in the popcorn.
It's yours now.
It's
And I I just kind of hold it, I guess, and I'm like, I don't really know what I'm doing here. I don't say that out loud. I think that very intently, though. And I'm like, all right. And I try to, I'm going to be specific and say darkness, because I know that is the, I guess, more powerful element that I have. So I'm going to be like, dark, you know.
What are you trying to produce? What is the purpose?
I'm going to do what he said. I'm just going to try and give it some.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll a d20.
All right.
Give us a.
Give us
8.
8. You start channeling. You're like, okay. And you're channeling into this pendant, and you're just holding it. And you just see, like, in the eyes, like, where the eye sockets are just kind of like, come to life with this darkened, like, deep energy. It starts to just billow out this darkness out from the beak. You're like, okay.
Yeah,
And you feel
it's doing something, man.
you feel the spirit metal itself draining you,
Ooh.
pulling something from you.
Okay.
You feel like a slight connection to it after your dream,
Mm-hmm.
but now you feel almost like it's just like kind of tugging at you. Like something just in the very essence of you is being like pulled and tugged towards this metal, and you're like, okay, that's a little weird. Roll another d20 for me, please.
14.
It doesn't go volatile,
Ha!
but it
Suck
does
it.
start to feed a bit more.
Okay.
As you're just like, okay, this is a lot. Make a con save, please.
Alright. That is a 16 plus 7.
You don't go unconscious.
Alright.
As you kind of like buck in your knees a little bit, and you're like, okay. And as you like release, you just see that shadow just like, and just fade away.
So I'm definitely kind of like,
You have your
okay.
raven's feather.
Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. It's braided in my hair. I have a feather in my hair. And I'm kind of like, okay, yeah. And then I'm going to turn around and face the guy and be like, how was that?
It's a start.
I'm totally amazed.
All right, you next.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
Play us a ditty.
I'm gonna try.
And I forgot to write it down, but what are your elements again?
Lightning and fire. Lightning is primary.
Thank you.
Do you need how they?
Yes.
Soul is primary. Mind is secondary.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know what that means, but yes. That is what it is.
Oh, that's just what I have.
That's what I
now.
got.
Yep,
You
that's
had lightning and fire, right?
Lightning and fire.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
So I've got my guitar. And I guess I'm just gonna I am gonna try to play something, and I kind of want to make it so that when I move my fingers, that's so very. Never mind.
No. What do you want? What do you want to do?
Oh, it seems too controlled for a beginner, but it just seems like a cool thing.
What do you want to do? You're a musician, so you know how to use a
Yeah.
guitar.
I just wanted it to be that when I would move my fingers or strum, I wanted it to have lightning in between the guitar
Roll a
and
d20.
my hands.
The flavor, delicious.
5.
You're like, okay. Make a performance check for me.
The potential flavor.
It'll happen someday.
Yeah, one of these days.
Natural 20.
Oh!
So you're like,
Total
okay.
30.
I need to perform. I got this.
30 total.
And you were just the entire
Guys, I'm so cool.
thing, and you're focusing more on the strum, and you're looking up you impressed. His arms are just crossed, just staring at you. But
we're probably
but as you're-
bopping. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
I mean,
That's
eating the
a lot of
popcorn at a faster pace.
yeah,
as you're doing this,
on tempo.
you do feel static shock in between your fingertips.
Awesome.
And you look down and you just see occasionally on the strands, every time you strum, a little,
Does she inspire herself?
just a small little chain of electricity just on their fingertips, just
Yeah, I had
just a
inspiration.
small spark every once in a while. Not constant, but just a tiny bit of like a.
Nice, nice, nice.
Let's start. Good song though. Eeny, meeny, miny, I don't care. You.
No, I don't,
That was the
I don't
equivalent
care
of
really
a waiter
is
coming
all
back
we
to your
did.
meeting.
You're the new Itaker.
So I go to the middle of the training grounds.
That's fine. It's not like I left him or anything.
All right. Go face the elephants.
My boy.
Oh no.
Yep. You're the sacrifice today.
So he built the spirit metal in a way to make it. He built it to be like mimicking the veins that he has in his body,
Yes.
coursing through the antlers. So he's just going to focus on his inside of him, and he's gonna try to draw the darkness around him into his body, into the antlers,
Okay.
to charge it.
As your focus, go ahead and roll me a d20.
13.
4 through 2?
13.
Okay. So as you are focusing on this, your eyes closed, you guys watch the antlers start to, like where the metal is, start to just have this like little glow to it. Like a very deep, dark glow, but a glow nonetheless. And you watch the fur around the antlers, the base of it, start to darken. As he just focuses in, you just see just these wisps and whispers and little dissonant echoes just start to coalesce around his antlers. You see he just kind of cocks his head to the side. Go ahead and roll me another d20 for me, Cal.
16.
Ooh, doesn't go out of hand. As it's just... You hear the echoing whispers, but to you, it just sounds like your old friend. But to everybody else around you, all you hear is just this echoing, something of malice. What languages do you guys speak?
Not any,
Not that
actually.
one.
Well, just Common and Elvish, my dude.
Deep speech, Druidic, Loxodon.
Common, Elvish, Sylvan, and Undercommon.
None of you don't recognize this one.
Yeah, that's
Cool. Cool.
As it's just echoing, and you're just... Okay. I got this. And they're just have like these like little like tendrils of shadow just wrapping around, interlocking onto the metal, like holding on like a serpent.
Ooh.
Before it just fades away. You show the most promise in terms of control. Good work. You.
Yes. I step forward, hand my popcorn back.
Yeah, I take it back.
It's all spory. Anyway.
How do the spores taste?
They're actually pretty good. It's a little bit like salt.
Oh, a little bit like
More of a bite though.
lovely.
So yeah.
Delicious.
Himalayan salt.
Did you
Himalayan
like them?
salt. Yes, the pink salt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good.
I'm actually a meatitarian. I can't have those.
Well, sucks to suck.
Yeah. More for us.
Yeah.
So, what do you do?
So I would just, I'm gonna close my eyes. I've tried several things and I keep screwing it up.
Okay.
So I'm gonna close my eyes and thinking back on my deep knowledge or memory of the tribe that I grew up in, the elders and how they would control and how they would commune with nature, and I'm gonna kind of just channel that and concentrate on that while I feed just little trickles of the ether into the metal, into my tusks.
What element, if any?
I'm gonna try with light.
Okay. As you focus, roll me a d20.
19.
That's the highest you've rolled in your life.
You need to, whatever dice you've been rolling with, you need to keep.
It's the blue one,
because
isn't
it's
it?
so good.
Every
You've
time
been
I do a
rolling
different
so
one.
good. Oh my gosh.
This is scary.
This is serious.
This is scary. Dawes rolling good. Like
that means one of us is
we're
gonna
all
be
gonna
cursed.
die.
like
I'm
I
sorry.
like I balanced out his like character and like the subclass I made stronger and everything just because I'm like
Just 'cause you were
I'm like
rolling
his
so
rolls are
fast.
kind of like and now he's just gonna become a god.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
I'm like a pool shark, but with
Mhm.
dice.
You
you're gonna
know-
be like
Sure.
Melora. I hardly know her.
Yeah, I think he's been rolling low on purpose this whole time to get more stats.
He's Tanner.
Yeah. I knew it.
So as you focus and channel in, you just feel this connection, almost like it feels like your feet are grounded and almost feels like your feet themselves are like producing roots into the ground. You feel this deep connection.
The earth between
Your
my
eyes
toes.
open and you see each one of your runes on your tusks start to just and just slowly start to glow as it is a very slow gradual fade until it reaches the tips of your tusks. And you're just focusing in on this and you watch the ground around you start to just produce little shrooms that are just and they have a very faint bioluminescent glow to them already. And they look like they're partially real but also not. You're just like, huh, interesting. You're just watching those, just like this small little patch at your feet just start to just grow. Basically where the light immediately touches, it seems as though it's creating growth. Before it fades away. Oh, you have promise, that's good. Of course he has promise. And you see Silver walking in, clapping his bony hands. Good job, good job.
Oh, you're back.
Yes, I had
Wow.
just returned. Turns out, your friend Vela,
Yeah, why isn't she here?
Yeah.
she
mean,
was
I know why I
she
slept
was
with
with the
dogs.
seer.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently,
It's always her.
well, hey, hold on. Let me
Okay.
explain.
Keep going.
With the seer, apparently the seer delved too deep into like one of her curses and shot his limbs off and then killed him and he bleeded out. Sorry. Bled out.
Thank you.
My bad.
Makes more sense.
I'm
It's still
sorry.
terrible.
Curse says like she's cursed more than once.
Well, she's got the whole hag thing and then she's got the whole 22 thing now.
That's a curse. I thought it was just a cult.
It appears to be a curse.
Oh man.
And his limbs?
Oh yeah, his limbs are just gone. Like I don't know where they are. I looked. I was like, hey, where the limbs at? Nope,
Oh.
gone.
Our healer's attending to him. Is he okay?
Oh no, he's dead.
He's
Oh.
dead.
Oh, he is
the
dead,
body
dead.
still here? I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, the body's still over there in the.
I mean, like, can I go see
You
it?
wanna
Is
Oh
it
yeah,
there?
absolutely.
I mean, I'm a little curious. Come on, it's a curse
Hey,
kill.
morbid curiosity. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
We should
Come on,
check
you-
on Vela.
You
She's
traveled with me
probably-
long enough
Yeah,
to
I
understand
mean,
that.
yeah, we
Like,
should also check on Vela too.
Yeah.
But like, I'm a little curious to see how this. I mean,
Oh.
his limbs just
Well,
disappeared.
the king
I'm
detained
curious.
her. The king detained her for a little bit.
I'm sorry, detained her like in the
Are they
dungeons
accusing
or
her?
something?
Oh
she
no!
alright?
Oh, she's distraught.
But
Reasonably
Yeah.
so, yeah.
No, not in the dungeons. Like he's got this whole thing with like his staff. You know his staff that he always carries around. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. It's got a great darkness spirit, like a giant snake, basically.
Oh.
And then basically grabbed her, sealed her away for just temporarily.
The
while,
dungeon-
I'm
would be better.
sorry. What?
She
Yeah.
is
would have been
dangerous.
better.
So.
well, yeah.
She's not
probably not.
dangerous.
Well,
She
hey,
visibly-
I mean, she doesn't know what she did. The king doesn't blame her at all. He's just trying to figure out what's going on.
Oh, you know, that's a better
Sure.
situation.
Yeah. So he's just making sure everyone is safe. Just that way, nobody's like, "Hey, you're the one who killed this guy. Let's get her," or anything.
Yeah,
Like,
or more limbs go disappearing
Exactly.
on people.
I
You
mean,
know, understandable.
I've lost a few of my limbs before to Amanda's dogs, but you know,
Yeah, I'm sure they bring it back though.
they don't sometimes, and I have to go track them down. It's not fun.
Oh, that doesn't sound like it'd be very fun.
Well,
Your limbs
the
are so
dog,
fetching.
the dog is good at
So,
at bringing the limbs
legends
back.
say-
The dog is really good about bringing the limbs back.
Oh.
The cat, however,
What?
no, I always gotta find it.
Mm. Yeah. You know, it seems like a cat thing to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's
Well, we
go.
should get
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Vela.
so
Let's
finding
get out of her
Vela.
mind.
Yeah.
Alright.
So you guys.
Can anybody talk to her mind?
Are you linked to
Are
the
we
mind
linked?
of her? I wasn't
I'm
mind
not.
linked last.
Okay.
I think she has to initiate that.
Yeah,
I don't
she has
know.
to do it like every day.
Well, well, all right, let's go. I don't have lungs. I don't know why I coughed.
You know,
Scared me.
magic.
It's magic too.
It's a magic cough.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
It was COVID D20.
Yep.
Natural one.
Silver
Literally,
dice.
natural one.
He has to quarantine.
Of course, it's on my metal dice that I love.
Oh, of course.
It only
is.
works on animals. We're good.
Yeah.
It's another natural one in a row
Oh, on the same dice.
on the same dice.
Oh,
Do it again.
burn it.
It's all about the balance. I tell you.
19.
Ah.
COVID-19.
Yeah.
No. We're gonna get flagged.
Oh man.
Oh no. Sorry, the Backstreet Boys reunion tour.
Yes.
So,
Gotta buy tickets.
no, you don't want
No,
tickets.
You don't want tickets. Sorry, my bad.
You don't want to.
You don't want tickets.
You don't want to get tickets to the reunion tour.
No. The scalpers, man, they'll get you. You don't even realize it, but your family could be scalping your tickets towards you. Like,
No, that's, we can't keep taking other people's jobs.
too bad. It's fine. It's fine. So,
I've never heard of
you guys
it
end up
before.
you guys end up going in and going to the chamber, and you see that all of the tile workings. There's just these very large cracks across it, on the floor as well. The rings that hang above the ceiling are no longer moving, and they're out of alignment and cracked. And you see Vela is just standing there, just looking at the ground.
Oh, she's down in
Vela.
prison. Hey, Vela.
You're out of the snake thing.
Yeah.
Well,
We were told.
I was going to say real quick,
Yeah.
before, or like right after Silver left,
'Kay.
Lucky would offered his hand to Bella, seeing just how distraught she was.
Oh yeah, she's probably real shaky too.
Yeah, she would have definitely taken it.
Yeah.
Probably have her just in a hug as she's just staring just into the void of her thoughts.
And we don't want the void to stare back either. No. Yeah. Bad. Bad.
So, you guys are now you walk in and you just see Vela and Lucky Lucky look over at the rest of you guys, and Silver comes in. Oh, I brought them. Come on in.
Bella, are you okay?
Hi.
Is the body still there?
Yes. There is a sheet over it now, though.
I'm staring down Vela like
I
No cow.
I mean, I
he
can't hear
hates your
you.
person.
I don't care
Can
what
I
you say.
investigate the body?
Yes,
Ha,
absolutely.
ha, ha.
Make a medicine or investigation check, your choice.
I'm gonna do investigation.
Okay.
15.
It looks like you lift the sheet over and you're just looking, and there is no limbs. It's just a torso and a head. And as you've been looking at this for a while, you didn't notice this originally, Vela, but now that he's just been sitting here, the eyes are kind of sunken into the skull a little bit deeper, and the limbs are just gone. And you see there's that carving in his forehead of the eye formation.
The eye. All right. Quick question.
Yes.
Eyeball facing this way or this way?
This way.
This way.
Yep.
All right. Other question. Can I specifically investigate now the severed part of the limbs? Because I do know a lot about weaponry. I have seen a lot of bodies. Can I
Mhm.
see if there was if I could tell specifically how these limbs were removed?
Yes, this would be more of a medicine check at this point, because you're now looking at the not necessarily cause of death of oh yeah, they died, of course,
Yeah.
and looking at the damages, but now this is determining how did the damages get caused to the body. So now this is more of a medicine check.
Okay.
Can I give bardic inspiration?
You may. How do you inspire her?
I'm gonna say I trust your eyes.
So thoughtful. My void-like eyes that are pitch black. Thank you so
What is it?
much.
Is it a D6?
It's a D8.
D8. D8.
D8. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna add it for sure because I have a 0 for medicine.
Do you need a D8?
I've got one. Do you need to roll? Here, I have my pretty one.
It's one of the pretty
Hopefully
ones.
it works. Is that a
Natural 1.
Ah.
Total of 3, everybody. Total. I
She missed
got
the chance.
this under
She missed
lock. Don't worry.
I mean, the limbs, they're gone.
They're just.
They're missing.
There's no limbs, guys.
And you're like, there is so much blood and so much just like mess mixed with like the tatters of the clothing. And you notice the robes are also gone. Like the robes like that he was wearing, like the long sleeves, also gone.
Ooh, so like.
It's just the clothing itself is just like a very clean break from it. And you just see just like what remains is like the very frayed edges of the fabric. Even where his like trousers would be too, like those are also just shorn completely as well. And just the fabric itself is just like a very, very finely frayed, and that's what you would get with that high investigation check.
Medicine? Oh, the investigation, yes. Okay, thank you. I'll take that actually, sorry.
I can take it back.
No, I'll take it, I take it.
See any-
Thank you so much, so kind. Yeah, interesting.
I'm gonna cast
Interesting.
we'll do Divine Sense.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay. What does that sense?
Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you.
Okay.
Just to see if there's any in this area, like lingering.
What's the range on it?
60 feet.
Okay.
And I know the type.
It echoes outwards towards, and you open your eyes, and you now have a sense. Silver is pinging undead.
Yeah.
His is a type of undead you've never felt before, though. Not just a simple undead. There is like a sense of power behind him, something that is old, something confusing.
It also works on objects that
Mhm.
are consecrated.
You're not seeing. You are seeing a bit of. What is it? Celestial Fiend Undead?
Yep.
You sense a tiny bit of Fiend from Vela. Just an essence of it.
The hag.
From the hag.
Yeah.
But weird, no. You only sense undead from Silver,
Ooh,
not Infernal.
that makes sense.
But you sense outwards, and no other thing is pinging.
Not even the walls.
Mm-mm.
Well, because the walls were cracked by the being.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
That's what I'm
true.
looking for, and the eye.
Nothing. Nothing else.
Well, I'm not going to do anything, but I am watching her.
Okay.
intensely.
Sounds good to me. Anybody else want to do anything? You're right there by the body as well.
I was just looking at. I was kind of on the same wavelength as Susie, in that I wanted to see if I could tell in which manner the limbs were de-limbed.
Okay. Make a medicine check.
Yeah. Do you have
Not the.
literally a better medicine than 0?
Yes.
Yeah, then hopefully you'll find something.
Is that a natural one?
It's a 9.
9,
Yeah.
11.
11.
Still better than 3. I just want to throw out
Getting
there.
I need the ones with the lines, not the dots.
Oh,
I
no.
tell you, dots.
All right. So you said 3. What was yours?
11?
Okay.
I was 3.
That's what it was. That's what I have in my head. Okay. So 11. As you're kind of like thinking on it, and you're looking at these, whatever took these off was extremely fine and very quick. There is no, the limbs themselves weren't ripped or torn. It is an extremely clean cut. As if the fabric that was laying on the cloth itself was shorn with the arm and everything in just an instant. A perfectly clean break and a perfectly clean cut with the limbs and the cloth that was over it, matching it perfectly. Not even a micrometer longer than the cut of the limb. Just an instantaneous severing.
This is terrifying.
And the limbs, nowhere to be found.
So I imagine there's people in there investigating, cleaning up. Did we get, was somebody tell us or explain to us the eye on the
Forehead?
no, not on the forehead, on the stone that cracked?
Yeah, you look at the stone and it's got some cracks on it. And you look a little closer. Make an investigation check because nobody's informed you.
Is
Yeah,
it the
okay.
same orientation as the one on the forehead? Like if I look over.
19. Investigation.
Mm-hmm.
You rolled another 19.
Dirty 20.
Ooh! Let's go.
Yeah, it's in the same orientation as the one on the forehead. People very dead center.
Is it moving or anything anymore? Or is
No.
it just looked like
You
it was
never saw it
looking at-
move.
Yeah,
That was
okay.
Vela who apparently saw it move, but
it's stationary now. It's not.
yeah, you just see just a fissure into it, and you kind of look at it and you're kind of like, okay, I can from a little far away I can see that would be an eye, but like up close it just looks like carving, like the rock itself is just cracked.
Vela, you must be traumatized. I'm sorry this happened.
I didn't mean to do this.
Did this power come from you, or was it somebody attacking you?
It was eyes. They were everywhere.
Eyes like on his forehead? It looks like there's some on the rock.
Yeah.
Did you see anything else? At all?
There's someone that's been visiting me. He just kind of shows up randomly. His name's Cecil. I saw him, and then I saw my dad showed up, and then there were the eyes.
Cecil. Who is that?
I don't know.
But you've met him before?
In my head, I don't know how to explain it.
Like in the dreams we had all after the ether metal, the spirit metal?
Yes, but it happens when I'm awake.
Is he part of the cult you were talking about?
Yes,
Is he the leader?
I don't think so.
Okay.
He's in Thassia. That's all I know.
Do you think he could have done something like this?
I don't know. I don't know him. I don't.
What about that witch lady who cursed you or something? Do you think she could have done this? Is this like her MO here?
I think they were separate. Because we saw her earlier and moved away from her before this happened.
Do you think there's another witch lady?
I don't know.
Well, who else would put a curse on you?
I don't know.
Okay, you know what? You've been through a lot. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
No, it's alright. I mean, you don't gotta apologize to me. It's not my own.
So let's probably not scry into your mind or however that works anymore.
Is that
Yes.
was he scrying into you or was he trying to find someone else?
I don't know.
Well,
The king perks up. I had instructed the seer to peer into the strange abnormalities of her aether. I noticed that there was some essence to her, and from her stories of the 22, it seems as though her aether itself has been affected by something. I don't know what or how, but it appears her aether is now, in a sense, cursed, corrupted. Something is residing within her aether. There have been historical events and literatures that speak of people with extraordinary abilities of aether sometimes develop great curses, some of them giving immense boons and others terrible loss. And just as quickly as they are recorded, they stop. Recordings of them writing of any of this is very abruptly ended as soon as it started. Not much is known of this, but there are ancient curses that appear to people who have strong aether or potential for it.
these eye symbols, do they mean anything to you?
Nothing to me. They look similar to our crest, but it's not the same.
They're not in your book of curses?
Not as far as I'm aware. There are ancient cultures that worshipped creatures of such a strength, some of them having many eyes, mostly aberrant in nature, but nothing of this magnitude, it seems. I mean, there are aberrant creatures that should not exist within this world. The Illithids are a big example of that. And yet they preside and live as neighbors to us.
True.
It's possible it could be some sort of aberration-based curse, perhaps? I don't know. There are too many unknowns with this to make any fair judgment.
So with so many unknowns, how do we move forward?
Yeah, how do we remove this curse from her? Is there a way?
I don't know anything about these 22 that they speak of. It seems we're all at a loss. And then you just hear Silver go, well, what about that, the witch that you were talking about? Looks over at Vela. The one that, was the sister, Mama J's sister. Didn't she say she could give you information on something?
Cecil said it was gonna be inaccurate.
Well, who knows?
You
We're
trust
searching for
Cecil?
something. If anything, we hunt down Cecil, figure out why he knows so much.
He's at Dacia. I don't know where we're at now.
Oh, baby, we are
But
a bit far from there. And he turns to the king. Or are we? King kinda... I have crests and teleportation circles that can lead us to the surface. But our
We're gonna get a tan.
Our wizards are not currently available right now. They will be in a few days. They are returning back from an excursion deeper in.
do I have to be sealed away again?
Sorry?
Do I have to be sealed away again?
That's up to your party members, in all honesty.
Oh my gosh.
I think only Cal would vote for you to get sealed away.
Probably. Neely's more.
She doesn't need to be sealed away again. She's been through enough.
I think as long as we don't pry into it, we should be safe.
Yeah. I mean, unless you want to do it. I mean, I think you're more scared of yourself than we are of you.
I mean, Just don't do what you did. I mean, not you, but don't let that happen to us.
Yeah.
We like our limbs.
I mean, we're in different rooms right now anyway, so not a big deal.
That's all I care about. Just don't hurt my family.
She is family.
I know of a teleportation circle, well, my wizard and scribes do, that can teleport you to Saber Keep. That would be the closest I can get you to Thasia, though.
Yeah, that works.
Which you would know Saber Keep is actually close to Glimmering Hollow, or the Blooming
I
Hollow.
thought so.
Mhm.
Ha ha ha. I get to go home, find my
Yes.
sister.
Sister.
Saber
Why?
Keep would be the closest location I can bring you. I hope it works, and it's a shame that we have to say goodbye so abruptly, but you'll have at least a few more days here for the wizards to return.
Yeah. Do you know exactly how many
How many days?
days? Yes.
They plan on returning in 3.
Oh, alright. Not bad.
Should be alright. I mean, we'll give you whatever supplies you need. This is troublesome. And I will be frank, a partial reason why I am being so giving is because I'm not saying you yourself are a danger, but the potential looms over my people of you posing a danger. And I wish to get this resolved quickly, so that way you are not a danger to anyone, including yourself. So yes, I am trying to find the safest route, which just so happens to be the fastest route for you all to leave.
We didn't plan on staying here forever anyways.
Yeah, just a couple weeks.
Say if we wanted to return someday, is there a fast, can we use this method to get back?
If you have any means of arcane teleportation, you can study our teleportation circle. You can even take rubbings of it and create the sigils yourself. Or if you know a scribe who can create those sigils, then yes, I would allow that.
I think Augustus would be very interested.
He's over there,
Probably.
he's already made them
Yeah.
things out of it with one arm. He's
Yeah.
not tired.
Well, he's rubbing the limb, just like
Yeah.
He's just like, he put the paper down, he's like steamrolling over
Yes,
back and forth. rolling.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's
jumps
exactly
in,
what
jumps
we
in a
did.
giant inkwell, stands up.
Yeah.
Okay, rollies.
Rollies. Yeah, he's got it. He's got it good. We don't gotta worry about it.
And Your Majesty,
Yes.
I feel like I should let you in on some help that I gave to your son.
What did you do?
He's got a garden, as you know, and
Yes.
I am one with nature, and I was helping him to grow some mushrooms. And he's got quite a little collection now.
Did you really?
There is a variety that may be a little more potent than just a normal garden mushroom.
Arcturus, can you handle this? Understood, sir. Good.
I recommend that you cultivate it, use it. Maybe use it in ceremonial settings or weddings, parties,
Yeah.
family get-togethers.
Arcturus is already gone.
I feel like he's gonna get there and they're already gonna be all picked and like dried out.
It's in an air fryer.
No.
So you have air fryers, but not.
Yeah,
Yes.
but not Aquaphor or Saran wrap.
So, but they're in cellophane bags, so it's different.
Yep.
He's just trying to give you the worst tattoo experience ever, look, Tanner, and that's just what it's gonna have to be.
I guess so.
He was introduced in 1949. This is not 1949.
I'm sorry, did you just Google saran wrap?
Yes!
When was air fryer?
Yeah, when was air fryer? And cameras.
Yeah, what year is it in this fantasy fake world?
Yeah, that you've created in your
When
own
does saran wrap
brain.
get invented in this world?
Augustus is working on cars. Those were
2010.
That doesn't help your game.
so we have saran wrap.
And we've had
is
it for
what I'm
70
hearing.
years.
Yeah. I mean, the early cars were invented in the 1900s, so I know there is a difference from the 1900s to 1940.
1886.
1886 for what?
The first vehicle.
Oh, yes, yeah. 1900s, as I said.
That's the 1800s. It's a whole 20-some years.
My gosh.
Oh, we're gonna have to wait a long time.
We're going to keep playing D&D now.
Yep.
Without saran.
Lucky you just have
Yeah.
to wait 100 years.
Without
before you can
saran
do that.
wrap.
No surrender for you!
You can, Lucky, will you be able to make this journey? I imagine once we get into the sun, it's gonna be a little more uncomfortable.
I mean, that's never stopped me before, so.
We have galas. It'll be fine.
What's cause? That's not hunted.
I swear! I'm inventing gauze.
So, you guys end up getting some sleep. You guys are headed towards the dormitories, at least, unless anybody wants to do anything.
Would I be able to find the teacher guy?
The swordmaster?
I want to do that.
You see he's out at the training grounds, and he's actually like in the very center, and you just see his sword is in front of him, just floating. And you see he's just in a meditative state, and you see there's this like green essence around him.
Mr. Teacher?
What do you want?
Our stay here is cut. Do you know of things I could do to meditate or practice what I would have been doing here?
Alright. He holds his hand up and it like cheats it. Alright. You held the most promise out of the rest of them.
Teacher's pet.
He's an animal. Alright.
Thanks, I hate it here.
You're trying to learn stuff on your own, right?
Well, yeah. We're going to be away from here for a while.
You're going to meet a lot of teachers. You're going to meet a lot of different people who can use it. Big thing I recommend. Aether isn't an element. It's an essence. It's a being. It takes on the form of elements, which gives it more versatility. But Aether is not the element. It's just a form. Find what that form can take shape in for you. If it can grab the raw essence of it, not the element, but the core. Produce that. Propel that. That's how you get the eyes of Aether. That's how you get many different things like that.
Is there any practices I could do, like morning and night or something?
Just trial and error, baby. Takes time.
Okay. And another thing, I talked with Magnus before,
Mm-hmm.
how I've discovered something that he said that no one else has used before.
Right?
And I was wondering if you can help me with it.
How long do you have?
They said a couple days, 3 days.
We can learn though. I can teach you some basics. What are you planning?
I don't know what it's called, of course, but I was able to use both of my elements to kind of copy my party members' power.
When did this happen?
When we're fighting a Tarask.
Huh. You guys are the ones who fought that guy out there?
Yeah.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, I was just fighting a Tarask. It sounds so fake.
It's 26.
I'm sure you had some small part in it. Alright.
It's really small.
Yeah, it's really
Insignificant, really. I mean,
Hey, we created a whole new tunnel. No.
well, so did Da.
Yeah.
That's
just
true. We got
is-
2 tunnels.
Da Juan Ren, the Tunnel Master.
No. Man, they're all gonna connect eventually.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What?
Do you know what you can do with that?
I mean, bonding your elements together. I mean, I can bond my elements, but I don't have the same elements you do.
Well, how did you bond yours?
Through trial and error. A long time. Having a spirit help me helped a lot, though.
Okay, well, I just wanted to ask you to
Everyone's journey is going to be different. You might have the same destination, but the journey will always be different. You'll have some people will experience great luck and others great misfortune when it comes to their aether. I see aether is less of a blessing, more of a curse, to be honest. It helps sometimes, but once you see and truly see everything, it's not all it's cracked up to be. There are things in the corners of reality, of the shadows, that just I don't say quite right. And once you start developing the eyes of aether, it's hard to stop that. It's hard to just turn off that sensory. That was natural to you.
Have you been above recently?
No.
It's very dark. In a more evil sense.
Kind of figured. Kind of don't have a sun down here.
Well, it's a lot more evil
Yeah,
intent.
I get it.
I don't even need the eyes of aether to see it. It's,
You will eventually. If you're finding whatever else this is out there, and you're gonna go on your spirit journey, that's something you need to work on. All of you, really. Come back tomorrow. Bring people. Spread the good news. Alright, go. We need to meditate some more. Go.
well, I'm gonna go meditate.
You should sit right next to him.
You see he goes ahead and crosses his legs and just lifts off the ground just very slightly. And the sword, he just unsheaths it and holds it in front and just floats. And there's that green field start to appear around him again. And you notice that green energy that's around him takes on the shape of like a shell over him, almost. By Tanner.
Oh.
You guys see it?
Yeah.
Tanner, no.
Creates this like shell-like formation around him on all sides. And it looks like kind of like a pattern almost. But it's like this weird like little shield around him. He's just meditating.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put that to practice. I'm gonna start trial and error.
Okay, sounds good. Anybody else? What are you gonna do? Yes.
Just before going to bed, there was like a separate training ground, right, with like archery.
Yes.
Stuff, yeah.
That's adjoining.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, but I'm not gonna be where he's at, but I'm gonna go
Yes.
because I was like, man, Saber keeps really close to my base. I gotta probably sharpen my skills a little bit more. So just
That's
like,
what needs to sharpen our skills.
just drills, I don't want to let my commander down. I'm just doing the basic drills that we did, and probably just loosen some arrows, doing some push-ups, the basics.
Okay. You end up staying out there for a while, probably longer than you anticipated.
Mm-hmm.
You just kind of get in the groove and the swing of things, and just kept thinking like about your sister, about
I'm humming my old army songs. You know,
Yeah.
you know how it goes. You know.
You just gotta punch something.
Yeah. That's why I've been
Supper
punching
pie,
my
supper
sleep
pie.
more, you know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So yeah, you keep focusing and just keep launching a bunch of arrows, and they do have arrows there for you to use. And out of the blood bow, you just keep drawing more and more and more. Make me a con save.
Ooh, the blood bow. Don't get me. That is 20 total.
20 total.
20 total.
The bow itself, although like you're drawing it, and it's a recurve, but it does give you a bit more of like leeway to it, as because you're bonded to it, you're attuned to this. And coming from the ring, every time you notch an arrow, it almost feels like it's just perfect for you. But you start to like around your like fingertips just like kind of start to bleed a little bit from just overuse.
Not the first time.
But it almost feels correct. That use of this is connecting you to it.
I don't want to turn into Augustus. Interesting. Lovely fun fact. Alright. Fun.
You just kind of, as you like do a few more drills, you notice the wound just kind of opens up a little bit more in your fingertips, and you just kind of look at it confused.
Bless you.
And then you just can't stop looking at it for like a solid like 5 minutes, just staring at it. Until somebody notches an arrow and just shoots her at one of the targets up ahead, and you just snap out of it. You look over and you see just another like trainee is just being instructed by another person. Just they're teaching them some basics. And just kind of snap out of it, notch a few more.
Yes, I do. From what I understand, like the actual recurve bow part is like the most made out of blood.
All of it is.
Yes, but that's like.
It's.
I mean, it's more than the string.
Yes. Yes.
I would like to kind of just brush my bloody fingers against that and see if it has a reaction. Like if I were to wipe my.
As you like touch it with the blood, you just see it and just absorb into the bow.
Did it kind of fix my
It's
wounds in
all
any
of
way?
the blood that has been like trailing off and like kind of like leaking down your hand in these like 5 minutes that you've just been staring. All of that just vanishes, and it's just the small little tiny micro cuts that remain. And what started a clot seems to be flowing again.
Interesting. Probably won't stay out here for too much longer. I mean, I only need 4 hours to do a long rest anyways because of trance.
Ooh, oh.
I know, I'm so fancy. So I would just train as much as I could until I had to go back and sleep.
Okay.
Yeah. And not necessarily all with the bow, you know.
Yeah.
Just other skills with the rapier and all that too.
Okay.
So.
There we go. Anybody else?
I'm in my room sharpening my short sword.
Okay. And then what did you want to do, Lucky?
I would say after dropping off Vela, I'd go see Magnus.
Okay. You go down to the chambers, and you see he's not sitting at that table. But you do know that there are just multiple halls that just echo throughout this place, so you don't know where he is. You can call out to him.
I could. I will.
Do I want to?
Well, I was thinking, well, if Athena's in the corner.
Yeah.
I could probably Athena just get a hold of him, but I'll shout out for him first. So just, Magnus?
Magnet. Echoes throughout the chamber. You look at the corner and you just see two purple eyes stare back at you, and you kind of like instinctively like take like a half step back, and you just hear what? Just kind of walking out of the shadows, out of one of the hallways. You just see Magnus walking out, and he's got a nightcap on, the little like pom pom at the end. What?
Sorry to bug you so late.
Looks like Ebenezer Scrooge.
After the tattoo yesterday, you asked if I wanted to come and do stuff with you, which I really do, but it seems like we're leaving now in a couple days.
I see. You want to learn the ways of the Forge, eh?
Yeah.
I could teach you basics.
That would be great.
Good. Let us start. And as he says that, you just see him just take away the cap and like tear away pajamas, just. And you just see he's already in his forging attire. He's already in the Howry and everything. He's like, let us go.
Oh my god.
We start in the forge.
He, like,
And-
slips it already.
As you go up this big stairway.
Yes, you
Yeah,
see
so
two
you-
magma balls.
You walk up, walk
in a circular room.
And his ears there.
as you're walking through, Lucky,
No.
Mm-hmm.
you look down one of the hallways and you see a cart. And you see the door is open on both sides.
Nope. Nobody. Nope.
As you're walking by, you notice it and you look at it, and as you're trying to look away, you just see trailing out onto one step, two step, the ground. You just see blood.
I walk faster.
Okay. You end up walking to this enormous staircase that leads up to this big
No, please.
Magnus ends up bringing you to the top and... Alright. To learn ways of the Forge, it is about discipline, about honor. It is partially Aether, partially Aether. Mostly yourself.
Okay.
You use your fist to fight, eh?
I do.
That is good, so do I. Now my master, my forge master, taught me in the most delicate way he could possible. I will teach you in the very same way, okay?
Okay.
Now come here. You see he takes off each sleeve of the Howry and just cracks his back, and you see all the back muscles start to like bulge as he stretches, and he's now not as hunched anymore. He's standing with his shoulders back a little bit more wider. Put them up.
Are you sure?
He's gonna launch at you first.
Oh my gosh.
Don't punch his back.
All right.
Oh.
Ouch.
He's gonna go ahead and make an attack roll against
pass
you.
out if he punches your back.
All right. So that is. Let me see. What are his stats again? That's gonna be a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. He's gonna use a flurry of blows as well on top of that. I love monks so much. There we go. Where is that? Where's my dice? There it is. Alright. You end up taking 10 points of bludgeoning damage. and this is not reduced because you're not raging.
Yep.
And second strike, natural 19.
Hits.
And this one is, what is that? That's a 15.
Okay.
Does the 15 hit?
It does not.
Okay. And for the second attack, it looks like it's going to do, what is that? 6 points of damage. 6 points of bludgeoning.
Alrighty.
There we go. Alright. And then does a, what is this? 18 hit?
It does.
Okay. And that's going to be, what is that? 9 points of bludgeoning damage to you. As he just rushes you and just... And he smacks you with the first one, and you watch his fist glow. As he smacks you right into the solar plexus, and it like pushes you back. And as he's like going to swing for another one, you watch the tattoos around him create this astral like glowing fist that rises right above it, that swings with his fist and just hits you with the hook, and then and an uppercut. And for how small he is and how old he is very lithe and quick. As he just pummels you and jumps up for a Superman uppercut.
Goodness.
Before standing his ground again. And as he stands his ground, you feel the ground kind of rupture a little. You see the lava falls.
Both of them.
You see no, just one.
Okay.
And you see him look up with just a big grin on his face, and you see those blackened tattoo markings that run down the sides of his cheek. He just gives you a big smile.
Well, I guess it's time to put on a smile of my own.
Okay?
I will.
As you smile, the bare teeth all sharpened around you, the budding new horns that kind of peer out. As you smile, your tongue kind of like, bleh.
Yes, and I will rage because barbarian.
You rage. Give me a turkey. You rage like that.
That's what you do.
Your tongue flaps around like that. Just that's your rage effect.
No.
Beautiful.
That's so cursed. That's literally the most cursed thing. We had a wall of eyeballs, and that's worse to me right now.
If that happened to me in real life, I'd really
There's no way I'm staying in that fight. I'm like, oh, that man got rabies.
That man got rabies.
Exactly. You couldn't pay me to stay.
What do you want to hit, Magnus?
21 definitely would.
Perfect. That's 12 points of bludgeoning damage with the first attack.
12 points?
Yeah.
Alright.
And then does an 18 hit?
18 will hit.
That'll be 11 points of damage with the second attack.
Nice. Okay. 23 damage in one turn. Nice. As you end up smacking into him, and you get a few good punches onto him, and he's a smaller target, so it's a little more awkward for you. But you smack downwards and just try to push him to the ground with your fist, and you connect with his chin, and he just looks up at you and grins and just pushes his chin against your fist before going, "All right, let us begin." And as he clutches his fists, you watch them glow again, and the tattoos. And you see across his shoulders, those moon-like formations, they start to shift up to his shoulders, to where it creates this arc-like effect off his back, where it almost looks like the moons, the crescents, are now shaped like wings on his back. He goes ahead and just and runs right at you. He's gonna go ahead and attack you again. Alright, this probably won't hit, but this is a 14.
Misses.
Alright. This one is going to be a. What is this? That is an 18.
That hits.
And finally, natural 19.
That'll hit.
Cool. And then he's doing his flurries. Forgot to mention that with the other attacks. That's my bad. And this next one is going to be. I'm just rolling all the attacks first. This one is going to be a 18.
That hits.
All right. And last one. This one is going to be a 22. Hey, 22.
No, absolutely not.
His
Too
arms
soon?
just disappear.
Yeah, maybe a little.
Yeah. All of your limbs.
All
Alright, so this first attack is going to be. What is this? 9 points of damage, 9 points of bludgeoning.
Already have?
No, not halved yet. I'm going to give you the raw numbers, you can have them. Next one is going to be. 17.
Okay.
Next one is going to be 13. And the last one is 16.
So 26 damage.
Okay.
So, just starts to pummel you. And he's going to make you, he's going to go ahead and use one of his key points.
Ooh.
He's going to go ahead and use Embrace the Foreglow. Alright. Go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Let's go, please.
16.
16. That does not succeed his. So your armor class is reduced by 2.
Okay.
As he just smacks you right into the center of your being, and you just feel yourself like buckle as you feel your defenses weaken and
Oh.
wane.
Gross. No.
There we go. Alright, and it is now your turn.
Things are looking desperate.
In giant caverns.
Um,
Two waterfalls. Lava falls.
Please make this a song.
By Eli's new hit single, out on Spotify now.
You have to say that in a Russian accent though. By Eli's new
Yeah.
single hit.
New hit single,
New hit single.
out on Spotify
Spotify.
right now.
Who hit the flurry of blows?
What do you
Flurry
mean?
of
though?
That is the title on the album. The album is What Do You Mean?
Is what you mean? Yeah.
His favorites. The top song though is.
Favorites. Only favorites on album.
let's say 21 for the first attack.
That will hit.
And then my second attack will be a 24 to hit.
That will also hit.
Right to here. That's 12 points of damage for the first attack.
Okay.
And 14 points of damage for the second attack.
Nice. Okay. Thank you. And how much for the second attack was it again?
14.
Thank you.
I would say kill him, but we do kind of still need him alive. So just like brutally maim him.
Right.
You're talking to
Lucky.
Magnus, right? Cool.
I'm talking to my party member,
Magnus is
not
so
you.
So you end up smacking him a bunch of times. He goes, alright. I like your style. Okay, that's an actual 17 on the first hit.
That is.
And this one is going to be a 24 to hit on the
Oh, that
second
is.
hit.
If
Alright.
it's greater than a 14, it will hit.
Okay, I mean, it was a natural 14 on the die then.
Yeah.
Alright, gonna smack you with that. Alright, I'm just gonna roll the damage first. I like these dice better. Alright, that is a lot of damage. This one's gonna be 19 points on the first strike,
Okay.
not reduced. And this one is gonna be 13 points on the second.
Okay.
How are you doing? You still up?
I'm still up.
Alright. This is where it gets fun. Go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
A natural 20.
No.
Nice.
Yikes.
He goes to punch you again and like on that next hit that he hits you, this time he's aiming for like you go to block and instead of like you just like blocking with your arms, he hits you right in the hands and you kind of like they buck a little bit and it looks like he's trying to pass an energy into them and you throw it off in time. You don't get affected by the additional brittle effect.
Nice.
As you brush that off, he just looks up at you and smiles and goes, "All right, I like your style." Flare blows. Natural 17. Natural 1.
Ooh, haha,
Natural
that one.
14.
Oh, dang. Yikes. Well, 1 doesn't hit you, for sure.
One
Yeah.
9 points not
backfires
reduced.
and hits him.
Okay.
And this one's significantly better.
Ah, no.
That one is 22, not reduced.
It's about 15 damage total.
Okay.
Still up?
Yeah.
Are you looking like really like ragged?
Oh, yeah, I'm looking pretty ragged.
Alright. Punch you a bunch of times. Puts his fists up. Alright, I think you'll learn your lesson a little bit. Meet me back here tomorrow. We'll train again. And you watch his tattoos fade again. As he goes ahead and just takes his Howry sleeves and puts them back on. Goes over and kind of like taps your core a little bit and you instinctually flinch. It is okay. Your defenses will return.
Okay.
As like you're now out of danger, you like and like catch your breath again, and you feel like your physical form kind of like return to normal.
Yeah, I'm going to bed.
You need a nap after
Yup,
that. Okay.
absolutely.
I only survived because I had 12 HP left and 22 halved is 11.
Oh.
You had one?
My gosh.
Oh my
You
gosh.
just wanted some like metal shop training, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Nah, dude, we gonna fight."
How had been this
Way of the
metal?
forge, man.
Oh my gosh.
He's a monk.
Way of the forge.
Mm-hmm. So he ends up bringing you back down to the little table area. Would you like some tea or lemonade?
I wouldn't mind some tea.
I can make you some. Starts to pour and puts that down and puts down a jar and brings out like another little case. Puts that down. The jar has moss on it. Put it on your wounds, it will help. Wrap it with these bindings in this box. See you tomorrow. Just taps your shoulder and walks down one of the halls and vanishes.
Come up. And head back to my room to bathe myself.
Okay.
And sleep face down because I can't lay on my back. And sleeping's just gonna hurt.
And
I
you
can't
lay
have
face
bad
down and you're like,
bruises.
oh, I'm bruised there.
Broken
And you like
ribs.
instinctually turn to your back and you're like, ah! You are not doing good right now.
Yeah.
It's at this point. Can I just come in?
Yeah.
The door, and you see Magnus is there. I brought the healer, and you just see one of the maids just, hi, do you need some help? I hear you need some healing.
Yeah, that would be nice.
All right. She walks over and just starts to like heal you, like a few spells into you to like try to like heal a little bit of the bruising and try to heal over the tattoo a little bit. This is gonna be a few days effort of healing, but with spells, it'll help the actual tattoo wound heal significantly faster. Good work. He's learning. Anything else anyone wants to do?
I'm doing trial and error.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I would probably just be like meditating on the experience I had in the training room and trying to, feed a little bit of ether at a time.
Okay.
Just, small doses.
Little
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Of ether? Okay. You begin to do that and you notice that there's like a very small bit of that like that nature energy around you. Seems like your druidic nature itself is starting to affect the growth of other things around you when you activate your aether. Seems to be connected to each other. You're harmonizing really well with it.
And I probably hear a lot of like loud music coming from the room down the hall. Guitar music.
Oh yes, absolutely. A lot of strumming. Strumming on metal chords. Not a lot of like music. There's no amps for her quite yet, but you do hear a lot of strumming.
I'm practicing, trying to go faster.
Yeah. It's just like
Oh, my
scales
hand hurts.
really fast.
Can I get an example of scales really fast?
No.
Aw.
I was gonna do it, and then I was all, nah.
C minor.
I will say though, just a bit of flavor. I think as she's trying to learn the chords, her ring is getting in the way.
Ooh, flavor.
Okay.
Kind of cutting into her a little bit.
Okay. As you're just kind of there strumming, you just keep occasionally looking at it in almost remembrance and partially a disgust. Just kind of sit there. You stare at it for a little bit, for shaking it off and just strumming again. You guys are on a new journey, a new path. Aether is something that is really foreign, and now there's these new discoveries with the 22, with everything about that. Vela.
I'm just.
Are you in your room?
Yes.
You hear a. Can I come in?
Yes.
It's Silva. Can I come in?
Oh, yeah.
Opens the door. It's locked.
Oh, okay. I'll go unlock it.
Okay. Hey, how you doing? And he like pushes the door open and he just walks in, pulls one of the chairs out and just sits in it. How you doing?
You look great.
Not great or great?
Not great.
Yeah, it'd be weird if you said great.
She just goes and sits on the bed, like, hugs her knees to her chest.
So, we didn't really get much from you back there in the chamber, and it makes sense you were distraught out there, but now that you've been here with your thoughts for a little bit, is there more to what you saw?
I saw Indolin put on a show. And then we moved to this place. And that's where Cecil was, and he opened the door, and my dad was there, and then the vision started collapsing.
Who's your father?
His name is Rayleigh Ashborough.
Does that make you Vela Ashborough?
Yeah.
Oh, well, pleasure to meet you. Formally this time.
Sorry.
Alright. Rayleigh Ashborough. I've heard that name before. Doesn't he run some some tavern somewhere? Yeah, over in what was it called? Whimsy Gold.
You've been?
Yeah, I'm a world traveler.
You can't die, so we gotta do something.
I know.
When you're reborn with no memories, you wander.
Sorry, I had to cough.
You're good.
Thank you.
Unacceptable.
Never mind.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
my voice was not working because I had to cough.
Oh no!
And I was like, okay.
So you're the tavern keeper's daughter then, eh?
Yes.
Alright, alright. And you said your father was meeting with what's his face?
Cecil.
Cecil. What does your father have to do with this?
I don't know.
Why is he involved and you're involved now too?
I don't know.
Sure sounds like you need to talk to your pops.
I don't even. It's so far away.
Well, it looks like we're gonna be going that way at Thassia. And if you saw him there, it's possible he's also in Thassia.
Okay, well, yeah, and if we run into him, yes, obviously I will talk to him. He told me to run from this as fast as I could.
Did he tell you why?
Nope.
Yeah, this doesn't sound like something super cut and dry and easy.
It doesn't seem like I could run.
Well, if you need someone to stay in the room with you, I don't sleep, so
Okay. Can you stay outside?
sure, yeah. Just leave the door unlocked.
Okay.
Alright, good night, Vela.
Thank you.
Hey, do what I can. And he goes, if that star tattoo starts to affect you again, go ahead and let us know. Any of us, really.
Yeah.
Alright. Have a good night. Goes ahead and walks out.
You too.
Closes the door. Opens the door again. Grabs a chair. Forgot this. Just drags it out and closes the door.
Oh, does it do the loud? Across the- yeah. Mhm.
It's on Marvel, of course
Yeah,
it is.
of course.
Or it's more like a...
Yeah, there's
Thank you. As you are kind of sitting in there, you just look down. The tattoo doesn't feel like it's watching you anymore. But you just have this like, just heebie-jeebies. Just something just kind of like, it's not nice. As you're just kind of just there. What are you doing?
Just gonna. I'd probably stay the way I am, just like hugging my knees for a while before eventually laying down and trying to sleep.
Okay. You dim the lantern. You end up just kind of nestling in, just nodding your head and just trying to find some sort of sleep, some sort of respite from all of this, whatever this is. As you're starting to drift out,
No. No. No.
You knew this was coming when he said your name.
you
Come
close
on.
your eyes,
I'm-
and your eyes open, and you see a completely different room.
And it's morning.
You're in the forge. In front of you are magma falls.
Magnus squares up ready to throw hand.
In
On
this,
the plateau.
you end up opening your eyes, and you're within a darkened chamber. All that lights this place are braziers that are just. They have these like, what remains of embers of a flame throughout this chamber, and it is a wide open chamber. And you see that there are these pedestals, 22 of them to be exact, and they're pretty wide pedestals. You open your eyes, and you're kind of looking around, and you see the visage, an apparition on the far end. The form that takes the shape of a human. And you see a little bit of the visage flickering in and out of Cecil.
No.
And you see he's looking around just like annoyed. You see appearing next to him on the next pillar another like hazy visage, not quite the exact form in terms of like what they're wearing or what their features. All you see is their face, just like the eyes almost, just like the general shape and the eyes. And you see these dark skeletal-like wings draped around the shoulders. You see these deep, deep purple eyes. And the next one appearing, you see a tiefling, the horns cresting out and splitting out and creating this kind of loop in the back. These reddened eyes. Next one, you see a dragonborn, proud and mighty. You see soft, kind of feminine features upon the facial structure of the snout. And just this big grin across. Next to her, you see what looks like another humanoid shape. Could be human, could be something similar. Can't quite tell from this static. In the next one, you see what looks like the visage of a Firbolg. Just standing there, little hunched, like with the cane, just kind of uses the cane to sit up just a little bit more and just looks around. The next pedestal is split off into two pedestals, like a Y shape. Appearing on this one, you see an elven man, very high pointed ears. The next one, you see a female human. The one after that, you see an elven shape with long flowing hair, feminine. Looks to be wearing some sort of armor. In the next, you see what looks like an egg. Just billowing flames around it. The other one, you end up seeing a turtle. Seemingly asleep, still within the shell. In the next one, you see what looks like the small form of a pixie start to just apparate in the static as well on the next pillar. 2 pillars remain empty. You see another appear. This one is obscured, kind of hard to see. It almost has like this weird like static from it, where it looks like it's like 2 forms at the same time fighting for which one is visible. And the next one, you see a tabaxi, feminine, standing and looking a bit annoyed. The next one, you end up seeing a very tall, angelic form, the wings folded back behind, holding a large scepter, and sheathed is a long sword. Just looking about, and the eyes, this radiant bright light of red fire. And the next one, you look and see what looks like a warforged, metallic in nature. Then there's you. And the pillar next to you is the warforged. You look to your right. You see your father. And he just looks over at the pillar that you're at. And just looks up and sees your eyes that are only appearing. The rest of your body not having any apparition, just your eyes. He just looks saddened. And as you're looking at him, the pillar next to him, you see your mother. Her looking over, wincing and just looking to the ground. And the next one, you see a heavily armored gnomish figure. He has this very large hammer affixed to his back. And then in the final one, you see a Luxodon. You see the ear itself has like these like large cuts and notches in it. Battle scarred, but standing tall. These 22 pillars, 20 of them stand with the visage of some sort. In the very center, you just see this static just and you just hear from the Dragonborn, "Let us begin our meeting, shall we?" And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Gross.
No.
Wonderful. Well, I feel like most of
Like a
these
whole family
sessions
affair
end with
there.
something terrible happening to Vela.
Yeah.
It's like a tradition now.
Yeah.
It's always the way, like, the death for us. Like, we have to wait a week.
Yeah. And before we see if Vela lives or dies,
Yeah.
you know?
Or falls.
Yeah.
Well, that will
Falls.
happen every episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
Did she fall off the pillar as she was standing on?
No, she didn't, thankfully. Not this time. I'll have her make a dex save next time.
Dang.
Do it. That would be really funny.
Well,
So
I mean,
The portal
just falls off into the
falls.
abyss. Just
well, I mean, luckily though, I mean, she doesn't have a high acrobatics, and like, forget about that. She has a high acrobatics, so should be
I
fine.
haven't forgotten about that. I haven't been able to use it because dex saves aren't different.
Yeah. good old forgetting you have very high
You
acrobatics.
know, there was a lot of things wrong with
Oh,
the previous character
that was
plan
really funny.
that we
Yeah.
don't need to bring up in this current campaign.
I wish everyone was there for when I was helping Tara make that character sheet on D&D Beyond, because I just look from her physical character sheet to the one online, and I was like, Tara!
There was so much that was wrong.
Expertise, jack of all trades, bard.
Hey, by the way, what's a bard's signature ability?
What do you mean?
What's a signature ability that bards have?
Like singing music?
Ability, not yeah.
No,
Something
They
that-
should be using
no. We don't
it.
need to drag this out. We don't need to drag this out.
Hold on. It's
Everyone, join us next
You've
week.
done that.
Go join the Discord. You'll learn the answer to this question. Follow us on TikTok. We have an Instagram too. Go look at our link tree. Follow everything.
Be inspired.
Yes.
What?
Have a great evening.
I get it.
Bye.
Bye.